Well, I was pretty excited. I was gonna replace the pans, get this chassis cleaned up, and basically keep it stock. We've got the engine running pretty good, and we did the brakes. And I wanted to do the pans because obviously they're pretty bad. Driver's side's not terrible, but you might as well replace them both. So we pulled the body off. I pulled the body off last week, and I came out here today, and I realized, I was just looking at the front here. I don't know if you guys can see it. But it's bent right here. And you can see they put some metal pieces in there to kind of fill in the gap. I'm pretty sure that's what they did. And if you guys know different, comment below. But I've pretty much determined this car was in an accident. I mean, it's pretty easy to tell here. I didn't realize it when I bought it, but when I got it home, you can kind of see all the crunchy stuff there where they probably pulled it back out. They did a little bit of fitment and put it back on the road. And I don't think this is the original beam. I think the original beam got bent. They had this one laying around, so they threw it on. It didn't fit properly because this area right here is bent. So they got creative and filled it in with some welds. So, I mean, should I just run it like that? Just put the pans on it and run it? Or should I try to find another tunnel, another chassis? Or do we try to replace the front headstock here? Whatever that thing's called. Napoleon's hat. Well, this is Napoleon's hat here. This is, I forget what they call this, but looks like a pretty serious job to replace that. It might be easier just to find another chassis. I don't know. If you guys want to comment below, let me know. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Kind of sucks. So I don't know. I don't know what to do now. Should I go ahead and pull the pans off and pull the transmission off and the front beam off and get this all cleared and just prepare to do it, and hopefully we'll have a solution for the front? I don't know. I'm just concerned. I don't want to put, $500, $600-700 worth of floor pans on here when the front of it's bent, and it doesn't really make sense because it's not going to go down the road straight. I don't really want to do that, so I'd rather save the pans for another project. Got the pans right there from Wilkesburg West. Those are the same pans I used on Georgia, the other 65 that I have. I'm thinking about just calling them thing 1 and thing 2. Initially, when I bought this, originally, for some reason, I thought it was a 64. I don't know if it said it in the ad or what, but it's a 65. Same color as Georgia. This is Alabama. The other one's Georgia. I know it's confusing. And yeah, that kind of brings me to another thing I want to talk about with you guys. All right, let's do a shop update thing. It's been a while, so yeah, let's address some of the elephant in the room, I guess, kind of thing. Well, I've been doing a lot of self-analyzing lately, and just trying to figure out, why do I have so many projects, and what's the reason behind it. Honestly, I think at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong with having multiple projects. I think it's a pretty normal thing. I've looked around at other channels, and I know other people that don't have YouTube channels but have multiple projects, and it's a pretty normal thing. I think the reason it happens is because you're chasing a dream. You know, you see something, you see an old car, and you see the potential in it, right? And if you go back to the beginning, for me, a few years ago when I first started, I think the first old car I had was a Carmagia, I think it was a 67 Carmagia I picked up for like $700. And, you know, that was kind of the start of it. And at that time I was working at a 9-to-5 tech job. And I was working on the cars on the weekends. Carmagia, then I got another Carmagia soon after that because I was trying to find one that had a good engine. Paid about the same price for it, $700 or $800. So then I had two Carmagias. You can go back and look at my old videos. There's a lot of history there in all my videos. Kind of shows you a timeline. And, you know, for me, I feel like overall, it's been a learning experience. The whole journey up until now, it's been a learning experience. And I think it's been a little more of a learning curve for someone like me that came from, you know, the tech world where I wasn't necessarily doing this already, where some of these other guys have that's just how they grew up. Now, when I was a little kid, little, I was kind of, you know, I was in that environment, but it was short-lived, and I didn't really get, you know, a chance to dive into it heavy with working on old cars and stuff. But I found it later in life. You know, it's one of those things that it's just in you. You just want to do it. You know, I think it's pretty normal for the average person to have a hobby or a desire to create or make something. And everyone can relate to cars, and especially old classic cars, because they're just, the way they're designed is like artwork. They're beautiful. So the idea of collecting those and seeing the potential in that is, it's a thing. So the actually finishing one, you know, that could be 1,000 different things to 1,000 different people. But for me, getting it back on the road, running and driving, to me, that's finished. Now, if it's a full-blown restoration project, you know, yeah, there's going to be a lot more things involved with that. And if you go as far as doing the body work and paint, that's a whole nother level. And I do want to do that on a project. I do want to take one to completion, I guess, or finish, as far as a complete restoration where it's been painted and everything's been replaced. That'd be pretty cool. But it takes a lot. I still have, you know, a lot to learn. And could I be there already? Yes, I could. If I would have just, you know, I could look back now and say, oh, yeah, if I would have done that. But I was chasing, you know, I was chasing the dream of having all these different projects and thinking, okay, yeah, we're going to get that done. We're going to get that done. We're going to get that done. And I guarantee you, it's a pretty normal thing. Some people say it's ADD or OCD or whatever, but and there may be some truth to that, but at the end of the day, you know, I think a true car guy, an average car guy, an enthusiast, girl, guy, whatever, if you go to their house, they're going to have multiple projects, and none of them may be actually completely finished. They might all be in different stages of being completed. And there's a lot of variables in there as well that you don't expect, you know, when you buy an old car, and how, you know, it ends up being a lot more rusty and ends up being wrecked and needs a lot more parts than you think. So then you're like, well, I'll just get another one. I'll find another one. I could use parts off of it. Or maybe I'll just work on that project because it's in better shape. Or maybe it doesn't have a title. And now titles are a big issue. You know, especially here in Florida, like if you don't have a title, you're not going to get it titled and you're not going to be able to ride it down the road. So that's a whole nother thing that's taking place with the cars. Luckily, I've got titles for most of mine, but there's a couple that I don't. And I'm, you know, it's like, do I want to put money into them if I can't drive them? You know? So, yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, I'm trying to make sense of it for you guys, because I know some of you guys don't care, but some of you do want to see a project finished, and I do too. I really do. So I'm definitely trying to think about how I can be more organized and more efficient and not get sucked into the marketplace pit hole where you go on marketplace and you're like, I'm just going to look for a second, and then there it is. You know, I got to have it. Like the Fiero. That Fiero popped up. It was $700. I just had to have it. So, and now had to get tires for it and brakes and a gas tank. And it's like the next thing you know, you're into it now I'm into it for $1,500. You know, and it still needs more stuff. And it's like, that car especially is not worth it. I mean, Fieros just aren't worth anything, unfortunately, unless they're a GT of a certain year with all the feet, you know, all the stuff in really good condition. But a 914 does have value if it's fixed up nice, and so does a Beetle. And a Carmagia, and an old Ford truck. So I've got plenty of projects that I need to work on, and I think I'm really going to try. I can't promise I can't promise I won't get another car, because I probably will. It just is what it is. I mean, but I'm definitely thinking about it more now. I'm thinking, does it have a title? How rusty is it? Do I really need it? You know, so those are some of the things I'm looking at closer now, to determine whether I should get it. You know, what's the price? Does it have a title? What's the condition? Does it make sense? Will it make good content? You know, that's another thing that is important, because I'm doing videos and I want to put something out there that's interesting and that you guys will be interested in. But I've got to be interested in it too, which, you know, I'm interested in everything. So I like all kinds of cars and trucks. But I don't know, guys. I'm just trying to give you an overall update and try to fill some time here, because, you know, I was super excited. I got the pans already. Wolfsburg West shipped them out. They're here. They're amazing pans. I've used them once on Georgia, and I really wanted to get this thing cleaned up today, but now I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned that the front of this needs to be fixed. And is it even worth it? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it even worth fixing? Do I just put my time into something else, you know? I'm just turning these lights on because the lights are going off. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think about that. Should I even bother? Should we just focus on another project? I've got the 914 we can get back on. I've got the Carmagia. I've got the red Dragon out there. The original Dragon is out there, but it needs a lot of work. It needs more than the red Dragon, so it'd make more sense to work on that red Dragon than the other Dragon, the blue Dragon, I guess. The Swamp Dragon, the original Dragon. But we've got the 914 here, which again, I just don't know if it makes sense. It's got so much rust. I mean, there's some areas that are really good, but then you come down here and you look at stuff like this, It's just bad. Yeah. Can it be fixed? Yeah. Does it make sense? I don't know. I think I am going to work on this just because I have a title for it. I have an engine for it already built. VW Darren built it for me. And I think we can get it going. And it's never been wrecked as far as I can tell. The front end's real sharp, real straight. And I like the 914s. I think they're cool. And I'd really like to work on this. I definitely want to finish the Gia. The pan for that is completely done. And we can get back on doing the metal work on the back of that and get that cleaned up and maybe have Darren or somebody help us paint it. Maybe when it cools off a little bit. So, yeah, I'm not giving up on Alabama. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, what do we do now? What are we gonna? Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at these pans that we got. All right. Huh. Cool. There they are. Man, I really wanted to install these today. That would have been awesome. Yeah, these are nice. There's the driver's side. You just see how nice these are. Well, we still might end up doing it, probably not today, but look at that, it just sits right in there. All right, pans are installed. They look good, don't they? Yeah, those are the good ones. So, got the seat rails already on them. And they fit good. You know, I think maybe it makes it's definitely making me want to do it for sure. It comes with new brackets for the back area too, if you need them, right here. Which is cool. And it comes with the jack points. So you can install them or you don't. Some people don't install these. You don't have to install this either if yours is still in good shape. And then there's the new rubber. You have to put the holes in it right here. But the last one I did, these were in good shape, so I just kept them. Might do that again, we'll see. Yeah, I wish I was cutting into this instead of flapping my lips. I just feel like I hit a wall because of the front beam. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do, guys. We'll see what happens. I'll see you guys on the next one. Comment below. Let me know what you think. See ya.